The program is really, really diverse. That's what we're trying to do with Africa Writes, to really showcase the diversity and the richness of contemporary African writing. So, we'll have anything from poetry to prose and drama, just kind of thinking of the more traditional genres, literary genres. But then within fiction, for example, we're not just focusing on the more sort of highbrow literary fiction, but we're trying to branch out to, showcase, science fiction and, crime fiction and, the more popular type of books that people may not really associate with African literature.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about some of the event highlights that you've got over the next few days.
So, yes, so Sex, Love and Poetry is definitely a highlight. So that's an event that's happening this evening, and it's basically bringing together poets of, different sexual orientations, also, who may not necessarily identify with the sort of gender binary roles that we have as, men and women. And, just exploring intimacy and sex and romance across, the spectrum, the sexuality spectrum. So I'm looking forward to that.
And that's a free event tonight, isn't
Yes,
it?
that's, no, actually that's one of the paid events. So we've got 3 headline events. Tonight's is Sex, Love and Poetry. Tomorrow we're hosting Egypt's leading feminist writer and activist Nawal El-Salahi, who'll be reflecting on being a woman writer, essentially, and her career. And then on Sunday, to close the festival, we'll be having a staged reading of a play by Joy Gororak Podjotor, which is called The Immigrant, and it's really quite a provocative new play. It's a reversal of the status quo and looking at a British migrant trying to move into the African Union in the year 2116. So yes, so that's quite an exciting event as well.
It's the 5th year that the festival's returned to the
is.
capital. Given that in that time, I'd imagine you've seen a lot change. I'm thinking of novelists like the Nigerian Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, who's opened up this world to a whole new audience. Have you found that the sorts of people attending have changed?
Well, I'd say that they have. I think definitely African literature and Africa as a whole has become a lot more sort of mainstream, and what Africa Writes really tries to do is to mainstream African literature. I mean, we did host Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. That was our first sort of headline speaker that we had in 2012, and she was big then, but not near as big as she is now. I mean, we've also hosted Warsan Shire, who was also the first Young London Poet Laureate, and was also the poet that had all the poetry in the intervals of Lemonade. So, she's also like a pop star poet that we vouched for to begin with. We've had Ama Ataidu, Ben Okri, and Gugu wa Thiong'o and his son, Wole Soyinka. So we've had some really, really big names in African literature that people may have known about. But we've also, we like to think of ourselves as a festival of discovery where people come to hear new voices and meet new authors, really. So, yes, I think there's also a bigger appetite across the board for, things that are different.